Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, July 3rd, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I nurture myself to the healing space or from the healing place. I nurture myself from the healing place. Today is an 11-degree day. We are out from our first eclipse, which means we are in eclipse corridor, and I have said this over and over every eclipse season that I feel like often more intense than the actual eclipse event itself is the eclipse corridor, the time between the two eclipses. And this is because this is when we start to unpack the lessons. You know, it's like you may have that wham bam lesson, and now you have to implement it. Now you have to make it part of your being, make it part of your living. And today is no different. In fact, today we have a few oppositions between the moon and Cancer with Capricorn energy. So it's kind of mimicking that eclipse energy. And so we are really being called to show, okay, I'm unpacking this lesson and I'm implementing this lesson. We also have today 11 degrees. That is that healing degree. So we are going to be pushed to that healing space. 11 degrees is that degree where we have the mirror energy. So mirror energy may be something, mirroring maybe up in your life, you know, where you get to see reflections of how you are showing up. And we also have Venus shifting today from Gemini into Cancer. So we're going to dig into all of this. So let's start at these oppositions. Moon and Cancer opposite Saturn. One of the things that just came up is that we're all being called into this nurturing that I have been talking about for like months because of the North Node in Cancer. But one thing that came up as I was thinking about that is we're all being called into that mother role. And yet I was thinking how some mothers will identify themselves as just a stay-at-home mom. And I was thinking how that's such an important job. And to add the just in front of it is kind of that judgment. I realize that the Cancer energy may feel a bit judged by the Capricorn energy. The Capricorn energy is that energy to go out, conquer the world, capitalism, rawr, you know, like it really embodies that energy. And so to be the stay-at-home mom, to be the nurturer, to be the feeler may feel like it's being a little shaded by the capitalism conqueror. And yet we have to realize this Cancer energy is the foundation of us all. We all have a mother. We all came through a mother portal. We all have the energy of the mother within us. We all need to be nurtured and mothered. But we have this opposition going on. And all of us, I feel like, carry some of that judgment. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom or as capitalism conqueror, we all have that judgment somewhere within us that I can't just do this thing because there are worlds to conquer. And this opposition is reminding us that the capitalism conqueror, I'm going to go with that, that's not the main point of that Saturn energy, of that Capricorn energy. The main point of that Saturn energy, that Capricorn energy, is purpose embodied. And so for all of us, purpose embodied means embracing that inner nurturer. And that's what the North Node in Cancer and this eclipse that we just had are trying to bring us back to. The valor and the power and the importance of this energy. So we have an opposition between the moon and Saturn, and that's also the North Node and the South Node. The North Node is conjunct the moon, South Node conjunct Saturn. And then we also have the opposition between moon and Pluto. And that Pluto energy, master degree, 22 degrees, is reminding us the empowerment is ours. The ability to take the power back from capitalism conqueror to purpose possessor. I don't know. I have to work on that a little bit. This is the hero's journey that we are all on to some extent at this time. So realize we're going to feel those push and pull energies today. That moon opposite Saturn and North Node opposite South Node energy is at 17 degrees. That is 8 energy. So it's going to be up to you. It is up to your decisions. It is up to your personal responsibility to put these energies into place, to nurture yourself to the healing space, to nurture yourself in that healing place. What do you need to put into foundational energy? That's Cancer energy, that foundational energy. What do you need to put into foundational play in your life to feel nurtured, to feel supported, to be in that healing space so that you can then reach for the stars and embrace your purpose energy, which is the point of you being here on this planet. So that's pretty major. Now that is going to happen early in the day. So we'll get past a little bit of that push and pull. But then we do have Venus moving into Cancer. So Venus is moving into Cancer at 8:18 a.m. And I will show you exactly what I wrote here. That's backwards. It's important that we start to give an F. You need to give a whole lot into what needs nurturing in your life, whether it's your family, whether it is your children, whether it is yourself, whether it is your art, whether it is your passion for beauty, whether it is your relationship, whether it is your purpose energy. You know, we need to nurture our babies. Cancer is the sign of giving birth. What babies of yours, it doesn't have to be children, what babies of yours, including yourself, are needing you to give an F at this time? What energies are needing you to show up and nurture? And this is going to be really important. This Cancer season is very poignant and very provocative and very purposeful in its nature. So realize with Venus in Cancer, the yin is going to get really soft. The yin is going to get really nurturing and motherly, and that's good because we need that. But you have to allow that. And to allow that, you have to really care about these things that you are birthing, that you are bringing forth, again, in order to reach for that purpose energy. So that's major. Here's another thing that we've got going on. The moon is moving into Leo. Now that's not till the evening. We have the whole day pretty much moon in Cancer. So the moon in Cancer is still going to be bringing up the feels, and it's important for you to allow them to move through. That is part of the healing. Feeling is the healing. You need to nurture yourself to the healing space, in the healing place. So moon in Cancer through the day, shift at 8:19 p.m. into Leo. That's going to bring about the inner child. So that's going to bring about a whole other energy. And remember what I said, the astro builds upon foundations. So you've got to nurture your inner infant. You've got to nurture those deeper parts of yourself so that that inner child comes up cool, collected, or maybe not cool. Maybe it's so uncool because maybe your inner child's like, ah, and that's good, but ready to express, ready to be themselves. So nurture yourself for this energy. Then the moon is going to meet up with Mars. Now this is going to be very telling. What time is the moon meeting with Mars? Let's see. Moon is meeting with Mars at 10:41 p.m. So that's really early morning some places, late at night other places. Oh, this moon conjunct Mars energy. I have said this can be the bringer of temper tantrums. And if you have not laid that good foundation of nurturing, or even if you have and your inner child has some painful expression, moon conjunct Mars, emotion meets action. You're going to see where you're at with your inner child energy. And this is a call to be that mother energy. Venus in Cancer. Can you show up and nurture even if there's the temper tantrum? Can you show up and nurture if it's the, I have all these things that I want to do and it's time to embrace my passion? You know, can you show up for that energy? How your inner child is showing up. Pay attention, because how your inner child shows up, even if you're asleep at that time, you'll feel it. Maybe a little bit before, maybe a little bit after, but you're going to feel it. Pay attention, because your inner child is going to show you the gauge of which it needs to be nurtured and loved at this time. So, again, remember we are in Eclipse Corridor, and I decided through the period of Eclipse Corridor to pull cards from the After Tarot deck, so that these cards basically show what happens in the next moment after the standard tarot. And funny enough, I pulled the Chariot card. So we are moving forward. with Cancer energy. This is the Cancer card. We are moving forward as we allow ourselves to feel. We are moving forward as we utilize the healing space and move from that healing place. And that is one of the cards that I actually have for us, is the healing card. Today is a day of healing, especially if you can remember these lessons being brought forward. And listen to your intuition. Listen to that priestess energy within you that is telling you how you need to move. You know, all three of these cards are very strong water energy cards. And so it's like, yeah, dive into the deep end. These cards together, I feel. Slowing down and the void, or the nothingness card. I feel like that's kind of what this energy can feel like. The eclipse corridor, the void, and it can feel so heavy. I'm just warning you up front. For the next 2 weeks, there is a density that we process as we unpack these downloads from the eclipse. It is bringing about that maturity energy, but it does feel quite heavy. So be very aware, and you're going to feel those times where you feel like you are in the void. But what if you nurture yourself as if that void is the healing space, the healing place, and you allow those energies, those feelings, those emotions, all this Cancer energy, these tides, to come move through you. Practice the art of allowing. Practice the art of surrender to these feels that want to move through you, and I promise you will swiftly move to that healing space, the healing place. All right, that is it for today. Let's see. Take a second. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for the intensity of these feelings. I know that sounded hollow, but I am, because this is how healing moves through. Besides that, you can always book a reading with me. I do want to mention that we are in the second 6 months of 2019, and you can always buy a package because things are just going to keep heating on up. 2020 has some wow in store for us. So if you would like a package of readings, please email me. We can meet every month, and it doesn't have to be exclusively astro. Some people just use it as a connection time. So there's lots of different options with that. MimiClark@gmail.com for that. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There is more than enough love in the world for you, and you do have the power.